Okay, guys. Well, thank you and welcome to the North Florida region military mastermind, KW military mastermind. And basically today is going to be a nice short and sweet meeting, but we want to let you guys speak a little bit of what you are doing in your market center for Veterans Day. So as you guys know, I'm part of a couple other groups, and one of them, we created Red, White, and Blue Day, and Nikki Goslin did great job last year, where she even ended up on stage with her cause. And we're asking everybody again to do it this year, Red, White, and Blue Day, your military event for Veterans Day. And again, this is a day of giving. This is a day you do something selfless service to your community. And and it doesn't have to be a big production, guys. It doesn't have to be something outrageous, and it could just be something small. The point is that we want the offices to say, on Veterans Day, we're gonna do something for the veterans. So, again, thank you for everybody coming on. Nikki, thank you for being here. Braxton, I don't know, I can't pronounce is it Edsel? I can't hear you, you're still on silence. Edsel?
It's Edsel.
Edsel, Edsel, okay. I'll get it.
I know, it's so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah. So, I see a lot of familiar faces, and you know what? We're strong, guys. We're a strong group. So today what I'm gonna do is first give a little shout out to what we got planned next month, right? So on November 16th, we got Michelle Crumley, where she's gonna come give a condensed version of PCS Know Your Orders. I did a little census in my office, and a lot of the military agents were asking all these questions. That class will cover that. It is a Caliber Homes certified, it's a CE class. So she's gonna give us a condensed version. I just did it in VA Rep National. And then on December 7th, we got Dina Watson, MAPS coach. She's gonna come and do a class on 4 ways to generate leads from military buyers and sellers. I helped her give the class in the KW Military Learning Series, and we're bringing that to our region on December 7th. I just want to say I appreciate everybody, and I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over since since I picked you, you were there. Why don't you guys go ahead and show and demonstrate or give us an insight of what are you doing on Veterans Day? What is your office doing on Veterans Day?
Hello. So we are doing we're going to do like a
Veterans Day, like a memorial.
Yes.
Like a memorial park.
Yes. And Rich Postert can kind of come in here too. He was kind of the brains behind the whole event. There's a memorial service that they do every year. We're going to be there, and we're just going to set up a little tent and give out coffee, waters, and donuts and that sort of thing. Just keeping it simple because we planned it kind of, a month out. So we just didn't know where avenues to go, but we wanted to do something and have a presence in the community. So that's where we're at.
That's awesome. Now I saw some photos. Can you show the photos of your table? I saw your banner. I saw a whole bunch of stuff that you guys got ready.
So Gene has the photos.
I have the photos, but I'm not at my house where I can share with you. I did send them to you of the banner. We bought a large tablecloth that has Red, White, and Blue Day. It has MAR on it and KW military on the cloth.
Awesome.
It's a cloth, 6-foot cloth that's going to go across the table. We also bought one flag that has KW military on one side and MAR on the other side.
Awesome.
And I also had a pull-up banner, but that's when my events, I put my logo down the bottom of it. I have the VA rep logo on it as well, KW and MARN as well on it too. So
awesome, awesome. Well, Gene, thank you by the way, thank you for joining VA Rep, and I hope you guys in Jacksonville all come together to have that chapter starting. But I saw the pictures, guys. I'm gonna look for it while someone else is talking, because the motivation is there and the dedication. What is your office doing to help you out, if you guys don't mind asking?
They are gonna help with like donuts, like supplying the donuts for us. But yeah.
Okay. Will someone be there like to represent the office?
we have-
Yeah, well, we got quite a few agents that want to do it, and also agents that maybe aren't part of, KW military, but still just want to have a presence out there with us. So we have had quite a few commitments for it. So
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Well, thank you guys so much for sharing. And what office you guys are? Send it to me in a group and I'll add it in a text.
We're at Keller Williams First Coast in Orange Park.
Awesome.
But we're teaming up with Jacksonville too as well. A lot of agents from there are also joining.
Great. Rich, do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, so this is just one example. I mean, we're in a military hotbed up here in Northeast Florida. So you really have so many choices. We picked one, between us and the folks in the office. We looked at something that, so my wife and I are involved with the board down at the Beaches Veterans Memorial Park through our service through veterans organizations in Northeast Florida. And that was just, one idea, but there's so many others going on. I mean, there's a Veterans Day parade going on in downtown Jacksonville. All the counties in Northeast Florida have stuff that's going on. Clay County does, Nassau County does. There's a Veterans Council in each of the counties, that is going to do stuff to celebrate Veterans Day. And really, if this is kind of going out to everybody, if you're not able to do something with your offices, if you just want to do something on your own, there's plenty opportunities. Really, if you just pick your county where you're living at and, type in, Clay County Veterans Day or Nassau County Veterans Day or Baker County Veterans Day, you pick, your county and you'll be able to see that there's a lot of stuff going on, lots of opportunities for us to, take the time on Veterans Day to really do what we can in our communities to help out our veterans. I mean, Northeast Florida is the 5th largest population for veterans and military in our country. Just in Duval County alone, we're looking at probably somewhere around 88,000 veterans. And that's not to include the other 4 counties around us. I would say we're probably getting up toward, if you include all 5 counties in Northeast Florida, we're probably at close to, I would say, 250,000 veterans. And so there's plenty of opportunities to get out there and do what we can.
So I hear that then we should have more presence out there, right? And that's why I'm trying to motivate everybody. Back in the day, I would say, position attention, let's go, and half right. That was my motivation. That's how I used to motivate people. I don't want to do that, right? You guys would kill me. But I want us out there, right? And you know what? This has all come together. We have KW military finally. Now it's just to take it to the offices, And I got Chris Baker on with me right now, and Chris is taking care of this in the office, and he's doing an awesome job. We actually started something. Chris, why don't you go ahead and jump in and just tell everybody all the things that we have done in our office.
Cool. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Baker. I'm in the Air Force veteran, and kind of like our ambassador for our market center. Ernie's leading the region, which is great. And so we're kind of excited to kind of be involved in all that kind of stuff. And so one of the things that what we've decided to kind of do is, so one of the premises, and I'll kind of put this out there, is us as a military organization in our market centers is trying to figure out, okay, what do we do and all that kind of stuff to kind of bring attention. And so obviously we want to be an arm, we want to be an educational arm, we want to be a support group, we want to be a bunch of different things. And so one of our important pieces is serving the veteran community. And so we decided to make it like an event on Veterans Day where we're doing a veteran appreciation event for our veterans that are in our area, and using it as an opportunity for agents inside the market center to kind of tap into it. And we're looking at it as a strictly like a client appreciation event. And so we're just doing something, I would say this year it's going to be relatively small, but we're pretty much doing like a veteran appreciation lunch. It's going to be from 11 to 1:30. And we're inviting the community as well as agents to invite their database with veterans inside of it. And we're going to just have a lunch. We're right now working on, hopefully we'll have a guest speaker. One of our, right now, I think we're maybe going to get one of the former chief master sergeants of the Air Force is hopefully going to be able to come and speak at the event. And we're going to give out some awards to veterans in the community. So we came up with 4 different awards. We came out with a Veteran Community Service Award, a Veteran Leadership Award, a Veteran Entrepreneur Award, and a Veteran, what we call the Extra Mile Award for employees. And so agents in our market center are actually going to nominate people to these awards, and then we're just going to select our unit, what we call Unit 647, is going to select the winners of those awards, and then we'll present them at the event. And so the idea is just to have some engagement, recognize our veterans, and then allow the market center to kind of tap into their veteran community, and also give them maybe an opportunity for them to increase their databases with veterans as well. And so that's our plan. We also have where veterans can kind of set up booths that are also businesses, and they'll be able to set up booths around this event to look at how we're supporting other veteran entrepreneurs and business owners in the community. And so that's kind of going to be the scope of ours for Veterans Day. So,
as you guys hear, I mean, he's an officer, I'm an NCO. That just says it all right there, right, guys?
That means nothing, Ernie. That means nothing.
I know, but I just love to play on that, you know. Unit 647, and we would love that to spread out. All you guys create your own unit name. Imagine all of us one day in a region having some type of competition, KW military competition, to see which is the best unit out there. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. You know, just trying to make it happen. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that, and thank you for everybody in our office center. In fact, everybody for making this come true. Nikki, would you like to share yours?
Sure thing. First of all, I'm sorry, I'm very sweaty. We're having impromptu red day at the Humane Society here, helping them after the hurricane. So we're a little not looking so great today, but so we're doing a yappy hour, which is a play, of course, on dogs being yappy. And we've invited the American Legion, all the VFWs, every single realtor in the community, using broker metrics, invited them in. And it's basically a fundraiser with a whole bunch of sponsors to try and get even more funds for the Humane Society for their military match program, which matches dogs and cats to veterans and provides those pets to them at no cost. So along with what we did at Mega Camp, we're hoping for another $5,000 so we can get to 30 and, make a huge difference in what we can do for these veterans in the community. So that was just one of our ideas. The other thing I wanted to say is I was able to get my office on board by taking our culture committee and combining it with KW military. And that way you have that committee at your back and they're already on board. And that put my broker on board, my team leader, everybody else. And I made it clear to them, like, my name is here, but your brokerage name is here. So I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your participation if we're going to do this together, right? Because it's just going to make you guys look great in the community as well. So that's what we're doing, Ernie.
That's awesome, Nikki. I'm trying to get the link from Facebook if I could share it here.
Okay.
That way you guys can see it. And guys, that's a key point. I know for us, this is something that happen every year, right? Every year your office could go out there and help you as the KW military agent do something on Veterans Day for the veterans, and create Red, White, and Blue Day, where this happens every year. And it's a recruiting thing for them, because I know I get reached out a lot. I have 2 people that just went to career night the other day. One of them is a veteran and they want to be a realtor. So it just comes in. I don't like to always talk about business, but it is a way. So, that's something you could tell your office to help us grow. I think Georgia said it a while back, we want to make it grow. So Nikki, great job on that.
And not only that, Ernie, but it's great for your profit share as well, because if they send it out to everyone in the community and all the realtors, and they look and they go, hey, KW is doing this amazing stuff in the community and helping these people, and they get to talk to your team leader, it can only help you in your profit share. So
Exactly.
Ernie, I'd like to add to that, because like what Nikki said is like huge, right? And, because like, and I truly believe this, is that our culture is probably the closest to a military culture that's out there, right? And so if we're able to go into the community and display our culture about who we are, because it's, obviously all of our service is a big component of the military, right? And as military members that are now in real estate, we continue to serve. I think it's just a part of us, of who we are and what we kind of do. Our culture resonates with more veterans, because we take care of one another. We want each other to succeed. That resonates with our population and our community. And so the more that we're able to kind of go out into the community and demonstrate that and show that, and be a beacon and ambassador for our units and as far as our company go, I think it pays a lot of dividends. And so we can get on board with a lot of different things by just having a resource for someone to tap into. And that's kind of how we're using our unit. When I say a unit 647, is that it gives another level of support that we kind of come together as a unit that you're probably not going to find in much other organizations. So
I agree on that. And especially, like where we're doing is where Chris said, is we're allowing the veteran owners, business owners, come and set up booth for free. So, I mean, that gets participation, right? And it's veterans look for veterans. So this is your opportunity. To do something special on Veterans Day. And again, it doesn't have to be anything big. It could be one little table, one little tent, and just be present. And next year, people will help you grow and make it grow. Anybody else has anything to share? Anybody else is doing an event? Raise your hand, please. Okay. So Carly, you raised your hands first. Can you go ahead and speak?
Yeah, so the last couple of years we've done buy a vet a beer at a local brewery that we have downtown. And so we put that out on social media. We send it out to our sphere of influence. And then we co-sponsor it with a lender, one of our lender partners, and they do like a big cooler basket. We have people register when they come up for the basket, and we have them fill it out and even put what service they were in. That way we can kind of track that in command. So we track what service people were in command. So during the year, like when it's the Marine Corps' birthday or the Navy's birthday or whatever, we just shoot something quick and fun out. What was funny last year was our first year doing it. We had people come up to us and like, I want to buy a vet beer. So we had people coming up to us and they were like, how do we contribute? So it was pretty neat. So this year we've got Porch Fest going on around the same time as Veterans Day this year. So we're having to do it a little different. There's going to be a lot of traffic downtown. I'm in Brunswick, Georgia, by the way, but I'm also out of Jax Beach. I'm dual licensed. So we're holding this up in Brunswick, Georgia. But yeah, it's just turned out to be really fun. And I think we probably put about 60 people in the database last year.
Wow.
And so we're hoping this year we'll have even more people out and about.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hope your office helps you out, and you know, it's all to create this every year. So thank you for that. Thank you for doing that.
Carly,
Dawn.
Ernie, can I ask more about that event?
Yeah.
Carly, so is that your event, or is that like a market center event? How do you have it set up?
Yeah, it's my event, our team. I'm a military spouse. My husband's retired military. A lot of my clients are either current military, prior military. So that's an event that my team does. But I invited other agents last year if they wanted to. I pushed it out to the market center, so any agent could invite their clients. So it didn't matter whose clients they were.
Got it.
Awesome.
So it's kind of like a free happy hour for vets,
Yeah.
like in a sense. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thirsty Thursday.
Can I say, Ernie, also what Carly said is getting that sponsor is so important, because then it's not coming out of your pocket. I think I've got 8 sponsors who are putting in $2,200, and that no one should be spending any money on this out of their own pocket. If we can get sponsors, and they'll share it on social media, which just makes your attendance even better.
That's true. Nikki, did that link work? I shared her link in there in the chat group, guys.
Yep.
So
Yep, you got
I
it.
just want to let Michelle know I'll get to you after Dawn and then Jan. They raised their hand. Dawn, if you could go ahead. Dawn, where'd you go? Dawn Rollins, come on. You're still on mute, Dawn.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What we're doing is I reached out to the VA hospice here, and they do have, they were very appreciative that we thought about them. They do have items, like a wish list of items that they do need there at the hospice. And so we're going to get together and get items for the VA hospice, and then we're going to also write them cards as well. And the goal is to go out into the community and reach out to some of the businesses as well, and see if they would like to donate items or donate money to buy the items for our sometimes forgotten veterans in the VA hospice.
That's heartwarming, because when I was still in the reserves, 2 years ago, we went to the veteran hospital here has a basically old veterans are there, and we used to go there, play poker with them, checkers with them, where they don't get forgotten, right? So Dawn, thank you for that, because remember, guys, this doesn't have to be some special event. It could just go out there and do something. So we got something for support, for support dogs, right? Because the veterans need it, especially down there where Nikki is. I mean, come on, the veterans are going through all that stuff just like everybody else. Don's doing something with hospice. We're doing something to create it for the next year. This is what it is. This is our culture. Just like Chris said, this is our culture. We're doing so many different things, right? Jan, can you share your event?
Yes, good afternoon. Hi, everybody, and thank you for letting me join this team. I'm a military wife. I retired. My husband, 26 years in the Coast Guard. I'm new to Keller Williams, pretty much a few months, and I have something a little bit different. We're going to go to a couple of retirement homes, communities in Gainesville, and nursing home, and recognize the vets. So we're coming up with just got a little thank you card. We're going to make a little gift bag, give them, we haven't really narrowed down what we're going to put in the bags yet, but without business card. And I was looking for pins for them. And thank you, Ernie, for sending me that link, because I could possibly get some just to honor them. Back when I was a nurse, we did do this. My husband was an officer in the Coast Guard at the time, and he dressed in his whites, and we went to the nursing homes, and the whole place was filled with tears, and just pinning them and thanking them for their service, because so many people in nursing homes and in retirement communities, they just get forgotten. So yeah, we're just going out to thank them.
Well, Jan, your office should have some of those KW military pins if they want to cough them up for that cause. I'm just saying, right?
They are being very supportive. I do have about eight other people that are ready and willing and able to come out and help out. And I will mention this tomorrow in our partners meeting.
Okay.
Again, people are excited. So we're excited to get out there.
Well, thank you for your event. I know it was Michelle Fernandez. You had something that you were thinking of doing. Is she still here? Okay. Rich, you want to go and go?
Yeah, you know, Jan, it's awesome that you brought that up. And it's totally unplanned. But so every year in a organization that I have something to do with, there's two organizations. There's a program up here in Northeast Florida that I just recently got involved with, and it's right what Jan was saying. We call it the Final Salute program, where we'll actually get into uniform for those of us that can still fit into our uniforms, and go in and there's community hospice is spearheading this, and we basically present a certificate, a pin, and we read a citation with the families in the room as well. And these are folks that some of them have a few months, some of them a few hours when we do this. And the power of it is you can't put it into words. I mean, there was a comatose veteran who hadn't responded to pretty much anything that had been brought into him, and we were at the foot of his bed, and went over this citation, read the citation with the family, and when we rose to do like a slow salute to the veteran, you could see his hand trying to come up, and I mean, whew, you want to talk about instant, waterworks. Even us, trying to be stoic, so there is definitely a need for that. And something else. And for those of you that are struggling, maybe don't have something going on with the office, or you want to do something, separately, something my wife and I have been, this is going to be our 7th year now doing this. There is an assisted living facility down in Nocatee that we go to, and we, Veterans Day and Memorial Day, we go down and we pass out poppies that we can get from either the Veterans of Foreign Wars or American Legion posts locally. And we go down and we guest speak. We say a speech. I usually pull it from, the Veteran of Foreign Wars website, since I'm in the local leadership. And I'll use that as kind of a basis, adding in my own few things. And while I'm speaking to all the veterans and the family members in the audience, Christy's going around passing out the poppies. And probably the most rewarding thing that we do, just because, these folks are forgotten. You have World War II veterans that are around 100 years old, even sometimes a little bit over that, Korean War veterans that are in their 90s, even Vietnam veterans are starting to get into their 70s and 80s. And these folks are forgotten in these assisted living facilities and by their own families. And for us to be able to go there and to be able to do that, it's you just can't put it in words. So I would say for those of you that maybe it's a little bit too far of a drive to go to a certain part of your town, for those of us that live in some big areas, look and see if there's a hospice or an assisted living facility near you that you can call and say, hey, our office, there's a couple of us that want to do something for the veterans at your assisted living facility. I can almost guarantee you might have to be screened for COVID or something like that, but you can probably get in there to do something for them, even something small. Maybe bring in some flags, print out some certificates at the office, get them framed or something, and bring them down there and let them know how much you appreciate it and appreciate them.
That goes a long way, guys. Rick, I got the chills when you talked about that. And you know what, guys, this should be our motivator to go out there and do it, right? One day we will be those people. That's all I gotta say, right? Well, thank you everybody for coming, being on here. I just wanna go ahead. Hey guys, double check yourselves or help people in your community, in your office. I just helped someone else today go into command and be affiliated in command. Please check every now and then, just check. If you're not getting the emails from KW Military, let me know. That's probably part of the problem. We want to make sure the communication is out there. And again, Michelle Crumley will be on November 16th, giving a condensed version of PCS Know Your Orders. I learned a lot during that national conference there. And then Dina Watson, a MAPS coach, on December 7th, 4 ways to generate the leads from military buyers and sellers. And if you did not get the KW Military link tree, I'm gonna give it to you right now, because it's basically their calendar. That way you guys are not missing any classes, and you could get the pins there. You could get all the goodies there besides the communication. I'm done with the class today for the mastermind. This was actually a very good mastermind where we all chipped in and learned from each other. And if you guys have anything else, any other ideas, shoot me a text or an email, and we could bring it to the mastermind. I'm always looking for more feedback and more stuff to do. So anybody else got anything before I could say goodbye and look forward to pictures? Anything else?
I just wanted to pick up on the last statement. I retired from the VA 2 years ago. And one of the things that was appreciated was not only hospice, but the veterans that are in the hospital themselves, and also the employees who are veterans that work there, because they're appreciated in what they do. So anything that you can do, you can talk to the public affairs officer at any VA that you're near. You got the C-Box out there that have veterans out there as well. So there's a lot out there that you can deal with, a lot of veterans. You can touch their veterans and their families by just going out there and just having a conversation, pass out some cards. We got a lot of stuff from kids from school, cards and letters that we would pass out to the VA employees, as well as the veterans that were in the hospital and hospice as well. So it's truly appreciated, me as being a veteran, that people come out there and appreciate us, and that's always remembered.
Thank you, Gene. And with that, guys, I want to say thank you one last time, and I'll see you November 16th. Have a blessed day. Make it happen. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, everybody. That was incredibly motivating.
Thank you, Stephen. Bye-bye, guys.
Goodbye.